Puerto Rico is an island of contrasts and of rich tropical beauty. Long beaches of white sand, tropical vegetation, old Spanish forts, high-rise hotels and condominiums, roadside sales, large shopping malls, fascinating festivals, warm, expressive people. Many refer to Puerto Rico as the shining star of the Caribbean, although it is the smallest island of the Greater Antilles. Geographically, it is at the crossroads of the Caribbean. However, Puerto Rico is facing its own crossroads. It's an island at the crossroads. Puerto Rico is at a cultural crossroad. Her people are a blend of four distinct cultures. The original inhabitants were Taino Indians with their belief in many gods. The culture and religion of the Spanish conquistadors began to affect the island in the late 1400s. The West Africans, brought to work the sugar plantations of Puerto Rico, have left their imprint, especially in their music and religion. Finally, in 1898, the island passed to United States hands, and thus another strand began to be woven into the cultural fabric of the nation. Truly, Puerto Rico is at a cultural crossroad. Puerto Rico is also at an economic crossroad. In recent decades, the island has passed from a society based on agriculture to one which is largely dependent on the sale of rum, tourism, and manufacturing. Yet while the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico leads Latin America in wealth, she faces serious challenges in the area of unemployment, low family income, and inadequate housing. Puerto Rico also stands at the crossroads socially. The people are warm, loving, and expressive. Family and good quality education are top priorities. However, an escalating crime rate, AIDS, divorce, and domestic violence are tearing apart the social fabric of Puerto Rico. In a real sense, Puerto Rico is at the crossroads spiritually. While it is true that there are more evangelical churches per capita than on the U.S. mainland, it is also evident that spiritualism, false cults, and materialism are flourishing. Here, in the midst of the crisis, is the Wesleyan Church to minister to this island at the crossroads. In 1986, Debbie and I were sent to work with the local church and Wesleyan Theological College in Guaynabo. From the age of 7, missions was very important to me. After graduation from Bible college, I was led by God to pursue further studies at seminary. I believed God was leading me to prepare for a future teaching ministry in a Bible school setting. When the opportunity came to serve in Puerto Rico, I knew it was right. Upon arriving, we learned that there were 15 local churches that make up the Puerto Rican district. Reverend Sarah Paris, who supervises the work, is the first and only woman district superintendent in the entire denomination. Familiar to many Wesleyans is the work of Wesleyan Academy. The academy is located on a beautiful 7-acre campus in Guaynabo. It offers instruction in English to approximately 800 students. More than 45 instructors, directed by Connie Cornell, teach students from pre-kindergarten to grade 12. The prayer of Director Cornell and staff is that each student will come to know Christ in a personal way and will become established in the Christian faith. Annual district conference in February is a special time when each pastor and church reports what God is doing in their area. One example is the Caguas Church. In 1988, a small group of 25 to 30 people were meeting. Shortly thereafter, Reverend Javier Santiago responded to the challenge to serve as full-time pastor. Conversions and recommitments soon became the norm under his anointed preaching. Debbie was asked to train musicians and organize a music ministry. God began to use this ministry in a special way to win souls. One night a man was driving past the church in a drunken condition. Attracted by the music, he stopped his car and listened outside. A few weeks later, he and his wife attended a service. and surrendered their lives to the Master. What a thrill to watch Victor and other young Christians grow in their daily walk with Christ. More than 300 people now gather each Sunday morning to worship at Caguas Wesleyan. 2 years ago, Reverend Samuel Miranda retired after pastoring the Lomas Verdes Church for 16 years. Even though he is retired, he is still busy in active ministry. Fernando and Maritza Benz were called to pastor the Lomas Verdes congregation. Already a newly organized dramatic ministry is producing spiritual fruit. The Lord is using men and women of all ages and from all walks of life to build His church in Puerto Rico. Spiritual and numerical growth is occurring, and some congregations, having burst at the seams, are involved in church expansion projects. The need for training workers gave birth to Wesleyan Theological College. Established in 1970, the college currently uses the facilities of Wesleyan Academy in Guaynabo. Instruction is in Spanish at the bachelor's level. Besides classroom teaching, a big investment of my time was spent in working to improve our pastoral training program. In this area, I served as academic dean and worked with the Caribbean Association of Bible Colleges toward accreditation. Debbie taught a conversational English course and helped with secretarial work. 2 Puerto Rican brothers who have served as pastors now work full-time in the ministry of the Bible College. Reverend Freddie Rodriguez is the college director, and Reverend Jose Flores is professor of Bible and preaching. The college students are producing fruit. Leo Martis, a recent graduate, is planning a church in a nearby city. Luis Garcia, a former drug addict renewed by God's grace, will graduate this year. But already Luis is being used of God to effectively build the church in the town of Seaford. Keeping the theological college relevant, growing, and producing is a challenge. In 1990, definite steps were taken to enlist faithful prayer support and regular giving on the part of the National Church for the Bible College. In a real sense, Puerto Rico is at the crossroads spiritually. God is working, but Satan is also working. We need called, committed, and trained pastors and leaders. You can be part of this great work. You can pray. Pray for the pastors that their vision and their efforts to build the Church of Christ in Puerto Rico will be renewed. Pray for young people to respond 100% to the call of God. Pray that the church will catch a vision for missions. Pray for District Superintendent Sarah, that the Lord will give her wisdom and strength as she guides the Wesleyan Church in Puerto Rico. Pray for the leaders of the college, Freddie and Jose, that God will use them to effectively equip Christian leaders. You can give. Give of your finances to help meet the needs of the theological college. Give to help support missionaries who are serving alongside Puerto Ricans in this great harvest field. Your sacrificial giving will make a difference. Puerto Rico is indeed an island at the crossroads, culturally, economically, socially, and spiritually. The choices made today will determine the future. Be an instrument in the hand of God to help this island become a shining star for Christ in the Caribbean.